back, and it's 2-2. So Danish really did a nice job there to foul away a real quality pitch by Williams.
Yeah, I believe he was, Danish was in the finals of the home run derby. Never hit one as hard as he hit that one in our first inning, but boy, what power.
Boy, another hanging breaking pitch, and that's going to ride on out of here for an opposite field home run.
Well, there you have it. You know, the short fence comes back, and he takes advantage on that one. But again, that's a good piece of hitting. You know, he's hit a home run to left field on a pitch that was in a slow break ball. Here's a pitch really kind of away from him. He goes with the pitch instead of trying to pull the ball, and hey, takes advantage of the elements here. Short fence. Hey, why not?
Why not? Absolutely. So he's got 2 home runs and has 4 of the 5 runs batted in for the Blue. Chipper Ansel went back-to-back home run wise back in the first inning, and he takes a look at the first pitch down low. It's a ball.
Yeah, regardless of the shortness of the fence, he still drove that ball really well to right field, just landing in front of the warning track. So here's a kid that's 15 or 16 years old, able to display that kind of power. That's good bat speed.
Yeah, swing and a miss by Ansel. So Danish, who plays for Chet Lemon's Juice, he juiced that ball right out of here the opposite way. That was a no-doubter. So Williams trying to settle down here and stop the bleeding if he can. Got another hanging breaking pitch, and you really don't want to throw one up there to Danzel. He's already proven that he can take you over the wall.
Yeah, Jalen Williams is just like a lot of what we've seen today. Kids get on the mound, they just get in a little bit of a hurry, and they don't quite finish their pitches, and that's what's happened when that breaking ball kind of hangs up there. They don't give their arm a chance to get up so their fingers can stay on top of the ball to make that thing spin and go down.
Not sure why. He's really having a problem with that uniform. Here's the 3-1. And he walks him.
I knew a few bench jockeys in my day that might have had a little bit of fun with the pitcher. There's certain pitchers out there that they'd listen to you, and if something was going on, they're always tying their shoes and stuff. There's a couple guys that would probably make mention of that.
No question. Keyshawn Lynch from the Florida Flash is next.
And let's say in not too unflattering terms either.
Hey! Wow, that was really close. Really close. Williams nearly had Ansel picked off.
Yeah, nice quick move over to first base. That'll get his attention.
Pitch to the plate to Lynch. Low, ball 1. The Blue leads 5-0. 3 runs in the opening frame and 2 runs thus far here in the top of the 3rd. And that one is going to be thrown away and down the right field line. That's going to be an error on the pitcher, and it allows the runner Ansel to make it down into second base.
Well, sometimes all it takes is you get close, so you try to get greedy and you want to go get them and try to be a little bit too fine with that throw, and just missed.
2 errors now. And here's the pitch to Lynch. Low, 2-0. And Williams is starting to labor a little bit here. And Mike, let me ask you about pitchers and the way they carry themselves on the mound. Williams is still obviously a very, very young guy, but you don't want to let those hitters know that you're unhappy with your performance and you're struggling. You've got to be confident out there. There's a ground ball to second base that allows the runner to advance to third. 2 away.
What I think one of the better pitching coaches of all time was Ray Miller, and Ray was with us in Pittsburgh for 6 years, and one of the things that he had really instilled upon his pitching staff was we always have a reason for doing something. It may not be pretty, it may be an ugly pitch, but guess what? Make it look like you wanted to do that every time. So don't ever apologize for anything. In fact, whenever they would give up a rocket for an out, they would point at each other like, good pitch, we got him.
Williams now with 20 pitches in the inning. Danny Rodriguez at the plate. And Rodriguez sends this one down to third in fair territory. The long throw, and that's a wild throw that's going to allow a run to score. And the batter is going to go on down to second base. So I'm going to call that a base hit and a throwing error. So the runner from third scores. That's going to be an unearned run, and the batter takes second.
Yeah, ball's down the line, a long throw for the third baseman, and you know, really just kind of lets sail. Probably didn't get a good grip of it, and you know, unfortunately for Williams, he's struggling a little bit that he can't get that third out.
Ambrosio now steps in. Just sometimes when you watch a young guy out there and his body language says that the mound is the last place on the world he wants to be. That does not bolster confidence in your teammates playing defense behind you, and it really gives you a little bit of an extra jolt of confidence to the batter.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit, obviously, with his control. He's kind of looking like he's wiggling his arm. He may be a little bit tired, maybe a little bit sore, and you know, that's one of the things you know, if you ask any of these kids, hey, you know, you want the ball, you know, on a big league field, you want to get on a big league mound, you know, these kids are going to take the ball all the time. You know, and that's where, you know, situation where Williams might be a little tired, maybe threw a bunch of innings of a couple days, and you know, just he's feeling the effects of it.
And that's his second wild pitch of the inning, and he also has a throwing error. So 3 runs have scored in this inning, 2 are earned, and that pitch is down low. 25 pitches now in the inning.
Jalen Williams, you know, he's got a nice solid wind-up. Looks like he becomes balanced. Nice action with his arm. It's just a matter of him refining that and getting that ball over the plate.
I like his fastball. Here's the 3-1. And gets the call, 3-2.
Yeah, the big fella in there was looking for a piece of cheese to knock over the fence, and got a little off-speed delivery. Give him something else to think about on this 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to throw a curveball in there on the payoff pitch. It hung high out of the zone, and it's the second walk he's allowed in the frame.
Yeah, Jalen just really, he's fighting himself, and yeah, thinking if he throws a 3-1 for a strike, you know, it doesn't have to be any better than that. And a lot of times these kids try to make too perfect of a pitch rather than just trust it.
Marcus Begg steps up. And that is going to go all the way to the backstop, and another run is going to score.
Yeah, right now, Jalen Williams is, you know, as if I'm a catcher, I'm going to go out there and have a little chat with him. Right now is not a bad idea. You know, I know that the All-Star coaches are, you know, kind of laying low a little bit. Now's not a bad idea to go out there and say, hey, young man, you know what, let's catch your breath right here. Let's slow things down. Let's get you out of this inning and cut the damage down.
That ball is fouled down in front of the dugout, and it's 1-1. Blue now leading 7-0. Still batting. Top of the third with a runner in scoring position. Pitches outside, 2-1. Begg was aboard via an error on the third baseman in the second inning. 30 pitches now in the frame.
And part of the problem is these kids have probably been assigned, you know, their different innings. Probably don't have anybody you know, getting loose right now to get in there.
Drive to center field, and that is pulled in, and the inning is over, but not before the blue squad scores 4. So the blue controlling things now with a 7-0 lead. Danish with a pair of home runs for RBI.
Jumped over the lazy dog.
Good. I'll take those off. And let's try it again.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. That's amazing.
I told you.
You're good. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy.
Hey, George? Yeah? Borrow one of your sticky notes? Yeah. Come on in. You know, I'm just gonna Write it on my hand.
Go the distance with Disney and the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex in Florida by training or competing in one of the many track and field events hosted here annually. From Disney Track and Field Spring Training to the Walt Disney World Cross Country Classic to Disney Track and Field Showcase. Get ready for your season or get noticed by any of the numerous college recruiters in attendance. Check out DisneyTrackandField.com for more information.
And for more information on all the sports that are taking place here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports, ESPNWWOS.com is your hub to get it all started. ESPNWWOS.com. And as we guessed earlier in the game, because both of this All-Star game, the pool of players is only 7 AAU squads, we thought we might see a couple of these pitchers pitch more than one inning, and Brennan Garcia has come out for his 2nd inning of work. And he will take on the red squad.
Yeah, we got a shot there of Danish, the guy that's got 2 home runs, is like, hey, whatever you do, don't take me out. I'm on fire. This could be a Mark Whitten day right here for me. I want a chance to hit 4 bombs.
Jason Jones, Victor Negron, and Walker Bailey are set to come to the plate here in the 3rd. This has really been a story of 2 different afternoons. The Red, their first 6 players have been retired in this game in order. Meanwhile, the Blue have 7 runs on the board, and there's a called strike. Garcia only had 9 pitches in that 2nd inning, so he's just getting warmed up.
Yeah, nice breaking ball right there, first pitch. You know, so important to throw strike 1 at this level. When you can throw that breaking ball, it's a big asset for you. Just makes that hitter think an awful lot. You know, youth sports, most part they're taught, hey, throw that fastball, get ahead, then mess around with your breaking stuff. Here he shows that good hook, first pitch.
1-1, wrapped down to 3rd. Collected, and the toss across high, but pulled in by Ambrosio at the first base side. Nice play by Lynch. Quickly 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Brennan Garcia just kind of cruising along real nice here, you know, easy, staying ahead in the count. You know, he doesn't see a fence out there that's a little short. All he's seeing is, you know, my catcher's gonna throw down a sign, and I'm gonna execute that pitch to the best of my ability. And I tell you one thing, there's a few big leaguers that could learn from that.
No question. Victor Negron now will step in, his first time at bat. Just to add to that, Spanky, I mean, it's a lot easier to pitch with a 7-0 lead.
Well, you know what, and that's the thing, as a catcher, I didn't want my guy to change his game plan. Just because it's 7-0, I may not get too exotic where I'm going to call some 3-2 breaking balls, but this is what I want my guy to throw the breaking ball when he should, throw the fastball when he should, and really not get out of sorts and just throw just fastballs, because that's when you get hurt.
Oh, nice stop down there by Garcia. Backhanded, throws across the diamond, and put a star in your book on that. That was an outstanding defensive play.
Yeah, right there. That's a little bit like Terry Pendleton, one of my old teammates with the Cardinals. Terry made this play outstanding, and there he gets down. And the biggest thing, makes a great play, but he collects himself and makes a good throw. Just because you catch it doesn't mean the play's over, and young man did a great job collecting himself right there.
And there's another first pitch strike by Garcia. Garcia has now thrown first pitch strikes to 6 of the 9 men he has faced. He's around the zone again, and that one is wrapped into left field for a base hit by Bailey. And that's the first hit of the game for the Red Squad.
Yeah, Walker Bailey got himself a good pitch to hit, got the bat head out, and drilled that into left field. That's a good piece of hitting right there.
Makes you wonder what Jason Romano's just said a minute ago. Everybody was cracking up over there on the first base bag. He's down there coaching first base. Quick throw over by Garcia. Bailey is back. Here's Hunter Lee. And Garcia way outside with that one. 0-1, or rather 1-0.
Yeah, I don't want to minimize importance of all-star games, but this is a showcase, and that's one of the things that Coach Romano down there at first base is having a little fun with this. I would tend to think if this is a final of winning a tournament, I don't think Jason would be quite as jovial.
Yeah, I think you're right. Count levels 1-1, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Blue 7, red nothing. And a shot down to first, easily picked up. Ambrosio makes a nice play over there and takes it to the bag. And that is it. We are through 3 complete, set to head to the 4th. Blue 7, red nothing.
Jesse, you see the top 20.
You look pretty cool in 3D, except it makes you look like you put on some LBs.
12 jumps right off the page.
I think I look pretty good.
Right away, and this will be.
Well, the camera adds 10 pounds, so in 3D it's like 20 or 30.
There are some major questions on the.
I'm the same way I was in high school.
Particularly at the quarterback.
Oh, so you were a Husky kid.
They have to play LSU, first game of the season at the Georgia.
Watch over 80 live sporting events in amazing 3D. Contact your video provider or visit ESPN.com/3D.
Big thrills await at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Home to the wildest elevator ride ever, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Board Phantom Elevator, shoot up 13 stories, and then experience a thrilling plummet faster than gravity. Check it out right here at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida.
Well, the game rolls on. Underclassman AAU All Star Game, and Tyler Danish, we've been enjoying his handiwork so far in this game. He's got 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Spanky took this one out to left and then followed that up with a jack the opposite way to right.
Well, one of the things that Tyler does is he stays on the ball extremely well. A couple off-speed pitches. Here the head stays right on the ball. He watches the ball out of the pitcher's hand all the way till it hits the bat. Gets his arm extended. Got a lot of bat speed. Good recipe for a good home run hitter. Yeah,
it must feel pretty good to be back there in the dugout. You got 2 jacks up on the board, and hey, it's not even the 4th inning yet.
Well, I never had the opportunity or the wherewithal to do it in the big leagues, but I had a couple in college one day, and you get a little talkative when you get 2 home runs under your belt. It's life's good whenever you're hitting home runs.
Now you played at UMass, right?
UMass Lowell.
UMass Lowell.
Yeah, part of the UMass chain, and actually went there to play a little hockey and a little baseball, and ended up just playing baseball.
LaPace, the number 10 hitter in the lineup, leads things off for the Blue here in the 4th. And there's a called strike. Well, you and I are going to have to work a hockey game together. That'd be fun.
I tell you one thing, it's whenever they had the Lightning that came into the area and they were at the fairgrounds, I had season tickets, Dave.
There you go. Shot down the line, just foul.
Yeah, I got a chance to meet, Phil Esposito, who was one of my boyhood heroes, and Wayne Cashman, and Danny Gear, and all the guys, and still see him. I play golf with him, and a great group of guys, and I love hockey, and just a tremendous spectator sport. If you haven't been to a hockey game, you got to go live. It's absolutely fabulous.
Well, growing up in New England like you did, the correct era, the Bobby Orr era, and Alice Smith and Jerry Smith and all those guys. I have to say, I watched the NHL award show last night. Really happy to see Geno Malkin win the Hart Trophy and the Ted Lindsay Award. Took a little sting out of the early exit for the Penguins from the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they never get in sync all year long. They really just they were either real good or real bad. They had trouble squeaking out those close ball games.
Dylan Allen at the plate. Sam Hoffpower now is the pitcher for the Red Squad. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Sends this one out to center. Line drive out there, and that is going to get beyond the center fielder. And Allen will hold on with a single. That will go as a base hit all the way.
Yeah, that's one of those plays, you know, center fielder, knowing how damp it is in the outfield, can be a little more aggressive with that. Tried to come in and make a shoestring grab, and you know, knowing that the ball wasn't really hit real hard. If it got by him, it wasn't going to go too far.
And here's the pitch, and it's called strike.
Off power kind of comes at you almost a little lower than 3/4, and the ball kind of tails away. It's got a natural tailing motion, and you know, you'd like to see him maybe a little bit more on top of it to get a little more bite on that ball going down. It's awfully difficult to throw a good breaking ball, especially whenever that arm's down on the side. You can get on top of it, much better action. You know, take a look at that breaking ball right there, and you know, it's more of a like I call a frisbee type action rather than that ball actually coming down and like it's falling off of a table.
Dylan Allen at the plate on that 1-1 pitch was trying to hold back and serve that curveball into center field for a base hit. Couldn't do it and jerked it foul. It's 1-2. Gotta tell you, Mike, that the Chet Lemon's juice, all the players that we've seen out of that program and the 14 and under and the underclassman All-Star game, they have all been really impressive.
Well, I can tell you this, the ones that we haven't seen are good players also.
And they're going to call that a force out down at second base. That was a real tough play for Smith to handle. Jones made it difficult. Watch the force at second.
Yeah, here's really kind of thought about going to first base and kind of get in a hurry, and shortstop right there. Really some nifty footwork to pick that ball out of the dirt and keep it in play.
You know what? I think if we got another look at that play, the runner stepped on his foot and he applied the tag. So that may have not been a force out at the bag. He actually applied the tag for the call.
Yeah, sometimes whenever the clay is a little bit wet, you don't get the same slide. And that looked like the slide came up a little bit short and really just didn't get to the base.
Shot first base. And that's a line drive out. And that is going to do it for the Blue in the top of the inning. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, the Blue continues to lead at 7-0.
Let's break down the blockbuster deal. New York sends 2 guys to Chicago.
You know, these guys should help our guys finish ahead of their guys. Those guys are overrated.
How many guys you need at that position?
Our guys could use a couple of guys like those guys.
The guy they got for those guys, that's the guy for the future.
How many guys you need on one team?
Can anybody beat these guys?
Which guys? Those guys?
Yeah.
No.
To hear every story from every angle, go to ESPNradio.com.
Disney Field Hockey Showcase is the premier event for the nation's fastest-growing sport. With over 100 college coaches in attendance, female high school athletes can contend for scholarships on the national stage. To find out how your team can compete here, visit DisneyFieldHockey.com.
And for more information, visit www.espnwwos.com. Easy to remember, ESPN and then WWOS, which stands for Wide World of Sports. ESPNWWOS.com for more information. Nicholas Ambrosio is on the mound now, and he becomes the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Blue Squad.
Yeah, I tell you, Dave, I was very impressed with Brennan Garcia earlier. Pitched a couple of really nice innings, very efficient, ahead in the count, threw all of his pitches. You know, good little fastball, moving it in and out. Good breaking ball, nice changeup. You know, the young man is one of those, you want to see him progress. You want to see him stay healthy, because right now at this age, he's got a pretty good idea about pitching.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, Garcia did look good. He worked 2 complete innings first pitcher in either one of these All-Star games we've televised live this afternoon here on ESPN3 to go more than an inning. 2 innings, surrendered just 1 hit and had a strikeout. Yeah, Garcia was really efficient. 20 pitches, 16 of them for strikes. Ambrosio with his first pitch to Simmons, and it's a strike. No, it's a ball. Thought it was a strike.
That batter looked up, I don't know if it was at the umpire or up in the stands, and yeah, it might have been Mom saying, "Hey, get a hit for me, son." He kind of had a little smile on his face, like, "Oh, come on now, don't give me a hard time."
Colin Fields in the game now as we lead off the 4th, and there's a called strike. It's 2-1. So how many of these players do you think after this game is over are going to run back to the hotel and watch LeBron James tonight?
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to say a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to say, you know, that's obviously any of the basketball fans are, but I know one guy that's probably not going to. I think Tyler Danish is going to look at our replay a few times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's going to have trouble fighting his way, away from our replays.
Ball 4, the ball gets away, and Fields goes on down to first base, and he'll hang on right there with a walk to open the inning.
Yeah, wholesale changes as we become accustomed to in All-Star games. Doesn't look like this young man was quite ready. He was going up there, trying to get his gloves on in a hurry, kind of disheveled. And
H.D. Dillard, first appearance, number 24 for the Titans. Ambrosio with a pitch, and that one gets away, and that's going to go all the way back to the screen. I think that one is going to go as a pass ball.
Yeah, that's as a catcher, you get in a ball game. It's 7-0. Your tendency is to to get a little lackadaisical back there, and here Daniel Rodriguez is catches Ambrosio, so it's not like it's a surprise. This is just a little carelessness on the young catcher's part.
And the pitch is outside, 3-0. So the Red trying to maybe get something together here as we go into the 4th inning. This game is going to go 7 innings. Underclassman AAU All Star Game. And there you go, 4-pitch walk. So back-to-back walks by Ambrosio to start the 4th.
Now that would definitely get a manager's attention with a 7-run lead, and I know a couple of my skippers, probably Jim Leland would be halfway to the mound with a little bit of something to say on his mind, and could be even one of those trips where I get the point, hey, catch, stay behind home plate. This is going to be a little one-on-one with me and my pitcher.
And Mike O'Malley comes out of the dugout to have a word with the pitcher. Yeah, you bring up an interesting point about that. Sometimes you'll see a veteran pitcher and a veteran pitching coach come on out, and when the catcher kind of wanders out, it's almost like he's the third wheel.
Well, I know one thing. What I used to do is I wanted to mark my territory. I ran right to the rubber. That way I knew I had a better chance of looking somebody in the eye. I got my pitchers that were 6'6". If I was down in the hole where they made, I was basically looking at their belt buckle. So for me to have any power, I had to run to the top of the hill.
So Jamin Smith is up here now with an opportunity to do some damage. 2 runners on, nobody out, and there's a called strike going 2. All right, let me follow up on that. Did you ever catch John Candelaria?
No, well, actually, I did catch John his second time around with the Pirates,
okay.
And yeah, he was one of our bigger guys, and yeah, I always made sure that
Throw back to second base by the catcher.
Yeah, I always made sure that I was at least trying to, so he could see me and not pat me on the top of the head like some of the guys did, like I was a little puppy.
Now, Candy was what? Was he 6'9", 6'10", right?
Yeah, Candy was a large human. He was a big guy.
Here's the 1-2 to Smith. Swinging, and he sends a liner to left that's caught on the fly. That's a nice running catch out there. Nice defensive play by the Blue defense.
Yeah, I tell you what, Smith.
Noah Dials.
Yeah, Smith has a little unorthodox stance. Really gets low, but boy, he uses his hand, swung the bat really well right there. A little unlucky, hit that ball right on the button, right at him.
For Dials, that was a do-or-die play. If he didn't read that correctly, he was not going to be able to make that catch. And that's a big out in this inning. And there's a called strike by Ambrosio. And it's a defensive play like that that really can center a pitcher right back in.
Well, there you get behind in the count again. Throws a pitch. It's a good pitch to hit, and they make it out. Now just that little bit of confidence.
Well, Rodriguez was ready to fire that ball back down to second base, and it fell out of his mitt. But the runners decided not to try to advance. Probably a wise move in a game where you're down 7-0. I mean, you're running out of outs here in a 7-inning game. Here in the fourth, you're only dealing with eight remaining outs.
Right. And as a catcher, seeing your pitcher out there struggle a little bit, you're going to want to try to help him too, and maybe get a quick out by picking some guy off. And we've seen him twice, try to get down to second base. One with a pretty good play, and that one right there just couldn't find the handle.
All right, Ambrosio outside again. It's 2-1. I like Ambrosio's motion, but Spanky, take a look at this. Do you think maybe the arm is coming through the motion just a little bit late? There's a nice called strike.
Yeah, one of the things that Nick needs to think about is making just a little bit of a turn. Right now, that front hip is going directly towards the hitter. He's not getting much of a turn, so that arm's not getting a chance to get up in the right slot.
Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3.
Well, perhaps he heard me. That was probably the best turn that he made right there.
Gorgeous.
I would take a look, and a little off-speed pitch, a little sinker down outside knee high. That's just a tough pitch right there.
That was a winner. Second out of the inning. Shutout still intact. And Boyce takes a called strike. Montre Boyce, first time up, struck out. So after back-to-back walks to start this inning, the Red trailing 7-0. Smith hit the ball right on the screws, but a liner to left, and Davis takes a called strike 3, 2 outs. 1-1. Ball stays outside.
Yeah. Nick's really looks like he's getting a feel for that outside pitch, that down and away ball. He's starting to home in a little bit with his mechanics.
Checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, it's one of those called power pitcher innings. 2 walks, maybe 3 strikeouts. Nobody puts the ball in play.
Popped him up. Infield, and the catch is made by the third baseman. Ambrosio puts the squeeze on it, and that is going to take care of business here in the fourth. So after early trouble, Ambrosio works out of it. We're heading to the fifth. 7-0 Blue.
After a long day of doing cowboy stuff, I like to retire with the warm company of Coach Ditka and my buddy Steve. Thanks to Watch ESPN, we never miss any live games or our favorite ESPN shows. I taught him that.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
The ESPN Wide World of Sports complex is one of the most exciting youth baseball complexes in America, where players of all ages compete against both national and international rivals. Athletes can hone their skills year-round through open registration tournaments and spring training programs for high school and college teams on major league quality fields while creating memories that last a lifetime. To find out how your team can play here, Visit DisneyBaseball.com.
Time to head to the 5th inning. For more information about all the activities going on here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports,